Assalamu alaikum students, hope you are doing great. So, in this video, we are going to see the Universal Serial Bus in detail. I'm going to discuss each and every point of Universal Serial Bus. So, first of all, let's start with the definition. Let me share the definition of Universal Serial Bus with you. Okay, so USB, which is the short form of Universal Serial Bus, is an asynchronous serial data transmission method that is popularly used to connect various devices with computer to transfer data. Yes, this is the pure definition of USB. USB is an asynchronous serial data transmission. First of all, you must know that what is an asynchronous serial data transmission before going into the detail of USB. Right? It's a method where you are going to use asynchronous serial data transmission in order to transmit the data from different devices to your computer. Let's suppose it connects different devices, like if I want to connect printer, scanner, my mobile phone, or any kind of digital device or digital camera, and I want the transference of data from one device to another. Like I want to transfer the data from computer to printer, from my mobile phone to computer, or vice versa. So I use USB or Universal Serial Bus in order to do that. So before going into the detail of USB and its mechanism, let's talk about the method that is being used by USB. What is the method? It is the asynchronous serial data transmission. So let me tell you this particular data transmission in detail. Okay, so let's see this image first. In this image, a there is asynchronous data transmission going on. Asynchronous serial data transmission that is going on between two devices. Let's talk about its working, how it works. First of all, in an asynchronous data transmission, the bit there must be an agreed bit pattern between the devices. The devices must follow a agreed bit pattern in which the data is being transferred. There must be a pattern that needs to be an agreement. It's a kind of agreement between sender and receiver that in what pattern it is going to receive the bit. Let's suppose it is going to receive character by character. If it wants to receive the data character by character or one byte by byte. So there must be an agreement between the devices that it needs to transfer the data byte by byte. So there must be an agreed bit pattern between the devices. This is the first most important thing in asynchronous data transmission. And secondly, the data is divided into groups. Data is divided into groups, or we can say that these groups are known as data frames. Let's suppose if the data is transferred character by character, then each data frame consists of single character. This is my data frame. it consists of single character or one byte. Let's suppose it is 100100011. This is my single byte or single data frame that is transferred from one device to another, right? So, in asynchronous data transmission, the data is divided into groups or data frames, and the important thing here is that each data frame must have control bits. Control bits are associated with each data frame. Let's talk about the data frame over here. I have taken an example of data frame that is 100100011. This is a single character that is being transferred from one device to another, and there can be multiple characters one after the other, right? So each data frame or each character must be followed by two control bits, or we can say these bits, like one would be the start bit and the other control bit will be the stop bit. Now, what is the function of these two control bits? The start bit, either it can be 0 or 1, and the stop bit, either it can be 0 or 1. These two control bits, the start bit and the stop bit, is basically used by the receiver. As the name suggests, when the receiver, this is, let's suppose, the receiver machine that is receiving characters or data streams one by one. So, if I talk about the start bit, whenever the receiver receives the start bit of a data frame, it immediately recognizes that the pure data is going to be followed by this bit. Pure data is about to come. This is a start signal for the receiver that now pure data is about to come. And whenever the stop bit is received to the receiver, it immediately recognizes that data frame is ended. Now the data that is transferred, the particular data frame is completed. It has been received completely. So these two control signals basically recognizes or tells us about the start and the end of the data that is transferred, right? And why there is a need for these control signals in each data frame? It is because when you are sending different data frames serially, 1001101, this is one data frame, then 11011101, and then 1001101. Let's suppose these are different data frames that are serially going from one device to another. Then there are very much chances of data mixing, that these data bits can be mixed up. The data of one frame can be mixed up with the other. So in order to avoid this data mixing, right? In order to avoid that, the data frames must be separated from one another, and the data must not be mixed up between the data frames. This data mixing is avoided by using control bits. So these are like the monitors. These control bits are going to tell the receiver that the particular data frame is started and then it is received completely when the stop bit is received. And with all the data frames, you are having these control bits to ensure proper delivery of the data frame. So this is all about asynchronous data transmission. Now let me show you the picture of asynchronous data transmission. This is the overall picture that determines the asynchronous data transmission. Here you can see the sender machine and here is your receiver machine. And these are the data frames that I am talking about. The data is being transferred in form of data frames or in form of groups. And each group of data has the control bits. You can see over here, right? There is a start bit that is 0 and there is a stop bit that is 1. So whenever the receiver receives the start bit, it ensures that now the pure data is going to come. The data has been started now. And when it receives the stop bit, it ensures that the data is ended. The data of the particular data frame is ended, and then it waits for the next frame to come. So this is how the asynchronous data transmission works. Now in USB, come to the main topic. In USB Universal Serial Bus, this particular method of data transmission is followed. So I hope this asynchronous serial data transmission is clear to you. Whenever you are sending data from computer to any device using a USB cable, then this particular data transmission is followed. Now, let's talk about USB cable. The composition of the USB cable, what it consists of. So a USB cable particularly consists of 4 wires. Yes. And now I'm going to tell you that what is the function of these 4 wires. So let's divide it into 2 and 2. 2 wires out of 4 are used for power and earth, whereas 2 are used in data transmission. This is how the internal mechanism of the USB cable works. It has 4 wires in total, in which 2 are used for power and earth and 2 are used in data transmission. Now, let's talk about what happens when a device is connected through a USB cable to your computer. Let's suppose this is your computer and this is your mobile phone, right? And you are connecting your mobile phone with your computer through a USB cable. This is your computer. Now, what happens? When you connect your mobile with the computer, the very first thing, the computer automatically detects your PC, automatically detects the device being connected. You might have seen that whenever you connect your mobile or anything with the computer, there comes a prompt message that some device is being connected with your computer. So it basically automatically detects that device. Now, the second thing, when it recognizes the device, let's suppose it is printer, it is mobile phone, it is any other device. When it is recognized, when the computer recognizes the device, it immediately loads up the device driver. The device driver for the appropriate is loaded. Let's suppose if it is a printer that is connected to your computer, then the particular driver of the printer is loaded. Why? Because that driver helps the computer to connect effectively with the device. Now, the last thing is that whenever, if let's suppose there is any new device that the computer cannot recognize, if there is a new device that is connected, that devices cannot be detected by the computer, then it tells you that please install the appropriate device driver. So there are two things: either the device driver that you are connecting is present, and either the device driver of the particular device that you have connected is not present. So this basically automatically your PC is going to detect this whole process of connecting to various devices, and then how the device is recognized. This is all done automatically. So there is no need to worry about it. The only thing that you require over here is to understand the working of USB, that how the USB port or the USB universal serial bus is going to transmit the data. So I have already told you in detail that it works like asynchronous data transmission. It transmits the data serially from one device to another. So this is all about this video. I hope this video works for you, and give me your comments, your feedback, as it is very much needed in order to improve myself. Thank you so much for watching it. See you in the next one. Take care. Allah Hafiz.